Welcome to AI in 10. I'm Chuck Goetschel, and every day I break down the biggest AI story in just 10 minutes. What it is, why it matters, and how you can actually use it. You know how people talk about things happening slowly then suddenly all at once? Well, this week we just hit the suddenly part with artificial intelligence, and it's going to change how you work, live, and think about your future faster than anyone predicted. Anthropic just released Claude Opus 4.6, their latest AI model. And it didn't just beat the competition, it obliterated every benchmark for AI software development. We're talking about an AI that can now write, debug, and optimize complex computer programs better than most human programmers. But here's the part that has everyone from Wall Street to Silicon Valley either celebrating or panicking. The speed of improvement is accelerating. AI capabilities and coding are now doubling every 7 months, not every year, not every 9 months like we saw before, every 7 months. Let me explain what just happened and why it matters to you. Whether you've never written a line of code in your life or you're worried your job might disappear next year. METEOR, that stands for Model Evaluation and Threat Research, runs the gold standard test for AI software abilities. Think of it like the SATs, but for artificial intelligence. They give these models real-world programming challenges, complex stuff, the kind of projects that would take a skilled developer hours or even days to complete. Claude Opus 4.6 broke every record. It handled longer tasks, solved more complex problems, and did it with fewer errors than any AI we've ever seen. But the real story isn't just that one model got better, it's the trend line. When researchers plotted the results on their tracking graph, they saw something that made them use words like panic and extraordinary. The curve isn't just going up steadily, it's bending upward, accelerating. That gentle slope of improvement just turned into a rocket ship trajectory. To put this in perspective, imagine if your smartphone got twice as powerful every 7 months instead of every couple years. That's basically your phone becoming smarter than most people at a dinner party by next Christmas. And then twice as smart again by summer. This isn't just happening in some research lab you'll never see. Anthropic raised $30 billion at a $380 billion valuation this week. Major companies and even government agencies are calling Claude superior for complex reasoning and enterprise work. The stock market is swinging wildly every time these AI releases drop because investors know this changes everything. Here's what one of the researchers said, and I'm quoting directly: "I want to communicate that the situation is serious, that it's fast moving, that it appears not to be slowing down, that it is accelerating." Another expert described the pattern as nothing, 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 everything, comparing it to how COVID spread seemed slow until suddenly it was everywhere. So what does this actually mean for your daily life? Let's get practical here. If you work in an office doing data analysis, creating reports, or managing information, this AI can now do those tasks at a professional level, not someday, today. A small business owner who used to hire freelance programmers to build a website or create a custom tool? Claude can do that now, overnight. But before you start polishing your resume, remember this cuts both ways. That same AI that might automate some jobs also gives you superpowers you've never had before. Suddenly you can build things, analyze data, and solve problems that used to require hiring specialists. Think about it like this. It's like every person just got access to a brilliant intern who never sleeps, never gets tired, and can handle incredibly complex work. The question isn't whether this is happening. The question is whether you're going to use it or let it pass you by. Let me give you some real examples. That parent struggling to help their teenager with advanced math homework, Claude can now walk through complex problems step by step and explain them in plain English. The retiree who wants to track investments but finds spreadsheets confusing, this AI can build a custom financial dashboard and explain exactly how it works. The small business owner who needs a simple app to manage inventory but can't afford a developer, Claude just became your development team. It's like having a Swiss Army knife that keeps growing new tools every few months. But here's where it gets interesting for your wallet and your future security. These improvements mean the cost of getting things done is about to plummet. Remember when hiring a photographer for family portraits was expensive? Then smartphones made everyone a photographer? We're about to see that same pattern with dozens of professional services. As I always say, I'm not a financial advisor, so talk to a professional about your specific situation. But the trend is clear. Skills that used to be rare and expensive are becoming accessible to everyone. The flip side? You need to stay ahead of this curve. The people who thrive are going to be those who learn to work with these tools, not against them. the ones who figure out how to combine human creativity, judgment, and relationships with AI capabilities. Here's exactly what you can do today. Don't wait. Don't overthink it. Just start. Go to Claude.ai right now. You can use it for free with daily limits or pay $20 a month for unlimited access to this same Opus 4.6 model that's breaking all the records. Start simple. Ask it to help with something you actually need. Maybe that's writing a better email to your boss about a project. Maybe it's creating a budget spreadsheet that actually makes sense. Maybe it's helping you understand a contract you're about to sign. The key is to pick something real from your life, then try something slightly more ambitious. Ask Claude to write a simple script to organize your photos by date, or have it create a basic website for your hobby or side business. You don't need to understand the code. You just need to see what's possible. Here's a specific challenge for you. Pick one task at work or home that's been bugging you because it seems too technical or time-consuming, something you'd normally hire someone to do or just live without. Spend 30 minutes describing that problem to Claude and see what it comes up with. I guarantee you'll be surprised, not just by what it can do, but by how it explains things in ways that actually make sense. It's like having a conversation with someone who's incredibly smart, but also incredibly patient. Keep track of what you try and how well it works. Because remember, this thing is doubling in capability every 7 months. What amazes you today will seem basic by the end of the year. The goal isn't to become an expert overnight. The goal is to start building comfort and familiarity with tools that are about to reshape everything. And here's the thing most people miss. This isn't really about the technology. It's about you taking control of your own capabilities. Instead of waiting for your company to adopt new tools or for the government to figure out regulations, you can start benefiting right now. The conversation about AI safety and regulation is important, but it's happening at the institutional level. What matters for you and your family is staying ahead individually. Building skills, creating value, and positioning yourself to benefit from these changes instead of being disrupted by them. This is exactly the kind of personal reinvention opportunity I wrote about in The Comeback Code. The people who see exponential change as a threat will get left behind. The ones who see it as the greatest opportunity of our lifetime will build incredible futures for themselves and their families. Monitor that METAR graph I mentioned. Check meter.org every few weeks and watch that trend line. When you see capabilities doubling that fast, you're looking at a once-in-a-lifetime shift in how the world works. But also create your own benchmarks. Time how long it takes Claude to help you with different tasks. Then try the same tasks in a few months and watch your own productivity curve start bending upward. The experts calling this an intelligence explosion aren't being dramatic. We're entering a phase where AI might start improving itself through code, compressing years of progress into months. That sounds like science fiction, but so did smartphones 20 years ago. What this really means is we're moving from a world where access to information and tools was limited and expensive to a world where the bottleneck becomes your imagination and initiative. The playing field is leveling in ways we've never seen before. Someone in a small town now has access to the same AI capabilities as Fortune 500 companies. A single parent working 2 jobs can automate tasks that used to require a full staff. An entrepreneur with a great idea doesn't need venture capital to build their first product. That's the real story behind these benchmark numbers and doubling curves. It's not just that machines are getting smarter, it's that regular people are getting access to capabilities that used to be reserved for the elite. The panic some experts are feeling, I understand it. Change this fast is uncomfortable, especially when you can't predict exactly where it leads. But the excitement is justified too. We're looking at solutions to problems that have plagued humanity for generations becoming available to anyone willing to learn and adapt. So when you see headlines about AI capabilities doubling every 7 months, remember this isn't happening to you, it's happening for you. The question is whether you'll grab hold of that exponential curve and ride it upward, or watch it pass by while you're still trying to figure out if it's real. The curve is real, it's accelerating, and it's available to you right now. That exponential improvement in AI capabilities isn't just changing technology, it's handing you the tools to change your own life at the same exponential pace. That's today's AI in 10. If you want to go deeper and learn AI with a community of people just like you, join us at aihammock.com. I'll see you tomorrow, my friends.